The price of trust. The last thing Captain Ezra Hawthorne saw before the blast was the treacherous glint in Ambassador Drelzar's multifaceted eyes. In that fraction of a second, as the Polarian's mandibles twisted into what passed for a smirk, Ezra realized humanity had been played for fools. The explosion ripped through the diplomatic chamber, vaporizing centuries of intergalactic accords and shattering humanity's illusions of safety. As Ezra's consciousness faded, one thought burned brighter than the inferno consuming the station Earth would never see this betrayal coming. 48 hours earlier, Captain, we're picking up an anomalous signal from the Orion arm, Lieutenant Kai Chen reported, his fingers dancing across the holographic display. Ezra leaned forward in his command chair, the bridge of the U's dauntless thrumming with tension. Source? Unknown, sir. It's not matching any known Confederation signatures. Why, a chill ran down Ezra's spine. In the 5 years since humanity had joined the Galactic Confederation, they'd learned to be wary of the unknown. The vastness of space held wonders. Yes, but also terrors beyond imagination. Alert Polarian High Command, Ezra ordered, and get me a direct line to Ambassador Drozar. If there's a new player in our sector, I want our allies informed immediately. And as Kai relayed the orders, Ezra couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. The Polarians had been humanity's staunchest supporters since first contact, guiding Earth through the treacherous waters of galactic politics. Without them, humanity would have been easy prey for the aggressive Synta or the enigmatic Iridians. The main view screen flickered to life, revealing the insectoid features of Ambassador Drelsar. His chitinous exoskeleton gleamed under the harsh lights of the Polarian embassy. Captain Hawthorne Drelsar's translator device conveyed a tone of concern. Your transmission speaks of an unknown signal. This is troubling news. Ezra nodded grimly. Ambassador, I was hoping you might have some insight. The signal doesn't match anything in our database. Drelzar's antennae twitched, a gesture Ezra had learned to interpret as deep thought. Send me the data. I will consult with our experts immediately. In the meantime, maintain your position and avoid engaging any unidentified craft. The galaxy has become unstable of late, and the transmission ended, leaving Ezra with more questions than answers. He turned to his XO, Commander Nadia Volkov. Nadia, what's your read on this? Nadia's steel gray eyes narrowed. Something's off. Captain, the Polarians are usually more forthcoming. And did you notice how Drelzar hesitated before mentioning galactic instability? Ezra nodded slowly. And keep it to yourself for now. But I want you to quietly reach out to our contacts in the Synta Collective. See if they've detected anything unusual. And, Nadia, use extreme caution. If our allies are keeping secrets, we need to know why. As Nadia left to carry out her covert mission, Ezra stared at the starfield on the main viewer. Humanity had fought hard for its place among the stars, overcoming centuries of war and environmental catastrophe to emerge as a unified species. Now, on the brink of true galactic citizenship, it all felt like it could crumble in an instant. 36 hours until betrayal. The Synta transmission came through on a heavily encrypted channel, bypassing standard Confederation protocols. Ezra's quarters were bathed in the eerie blue glow of the holographic projection as the metallic form of Sin Unit 7 materialized. Captain Hawthorne, the AI's voice was a discordant blend of tones. Your inquiry has raised significant concerns within the collective. We have detected a buildup of Polarian warships near the borders of human space. This information has been withheld from Confederation channels. Ezra's blood ran cold. Are you certain? The Polarians are our allies. They vouched for us, brought us into the Confederation. Certainty 99, 87%, Sin Unit 7 replied. The Polarians' actions do not align with their stated intentions. Caution is advised. As the transmission ended, Ezra's mind raced. If the Synta were right, humanity was in grave danger. But why would the Polarians turn on them now? What had changed? A chime at his door interrupted his thoughts. Enter, he called out, composing himself. Nadia strode in, her face a mask of concern. Captain, we've received a priority message from Earth. The Council of Nations is calling for an emergency session with the Polarian ambassador. They want us to escort Drolzar to Earth immediately. Ezra's jaw clenched. Did they say why? No, sir, but the tone, it was urgent and almost panicked. Set a course for the Polarian embassy, Ezra ordered. And Nadia, double check our weapons systems. I have a feeling we might need them. No, 24 hours until betrayal. The used Dauntless hung in high orbit above Earth, its hull gleaming in the planet's reflected light. On the surface below, the Council of Nations had convened an emergency session. With Ambassador Drelzar at the center of attention, Ezra paced the bridge, unable to shake the growing sense of dread. The Sinta's warning echoed in his mind, clashing with years of trust built between humanity and the Polarians. Captain Kai's voice cut through the tension. We're detecting multiple warp signatures at the edge of the solar system. They're Polarian warships, sir. The bridge erupted into a flurry of activity. Ezra's mind raced through scenarios, each more dire than the last. Battle stations, and shields up, weapons hot, and get me a direct line to Earth Command. As klaxons blared throughout the ship, the main viewer flickered to life. General Yara Steele's weathered face appeared, her expression grim. Captain Hawthorne, I assume you're seeing what we're seeing. General, what the hell is going on? Why are Polarian warships entering our system unannounced? Yara's eyes hardened. We don't know. And Ambassador Drozar claims it's a training exercise, but our long-range scans show they're in attack formation. The Council is divided on how to respond. Ezra's fists clenched at his sides. With all due respect, General, we need to act now. If this is a betrayal. Incoming transmission from the Polarian flagship. Kai interrupted. The screen split, revealing the alien visage of High Commander Praxilor. His mandibles clicked ominously as he spoke. Attention, humans. Your species has been found wanting. The Confederation has deemed you unfit for membership. Surrender your worlds and technologies or face annihilation. Stunned silence fell over the bridge. Ezra's mind reeled, struggling to process the sudden shift from allies to enemies. But as the shock faded, a cold fury took its place. Like hell, Ezra growled. He turned to his crew, seeing the same determination mirrored in their eyes. Tactical, target the lead Polarian ship. Comms, warn Earth to prepare for invasion. And someone get me Ambassador Drelzar. It's time we had a chat about the true price of trust. As the used Dauntless surged forward to meet the Polarian fleet, Ezra knew that humanity's greatest challenge lay ahead. They had been betrayed, yes, but they would not go quietly into the night. The galaxy would soon learn that humans were not to be underestimated. 12 hours until betrayal. The space around Earth blazed with weapons fire as the used Dauntless led a desperate defense against the Polarian invasion force. Ezra's hands gripped the arms of his command chair, knuckles white, as he barked orders to his crew. Evasive pattern Delta. Concentrate fire on their lead destroyer. The ship shuddered under the impact of Polarian energy weapons, but the shields held. On the main viewer, Ezra watched with grim satisfaction as human ingenuity began to turn the tide. Earth's orbital defense platforms, long thought to be purely ceremonial, revealed hidden capacities that caught the Polarians off guard. Sir Nadia called out, her voice tight with tension. We're receiving a transmission from the Sinta Collective. They're offering assistance. When Ezra's mind raced, could they trust the Sinta, or was this another trap? But as another Polarian cruiser exploded under the Dauntless's barrage, he knew they couldn't afford to refuse help. Patch them through, he ordered, and tell Earth Command we might have reinforcements incoming. The metallic visage of Sin Unit 7 appeared on screen. Captain Hawthorne, the Collective has analyzed the situation. We propose a temporary alliance to counter the Polarian threat. Our fleet stands ready to assist. Ezra nodded grimly. Acknowledged. Sin Unit 7. We welcome your aid. But know this, once this battle is over, we'll be having a long discussion about the true state of galactic politics. As the transmission ended, a new alarm blared through the bridge. Kai's fingers flew over his console. Captain, we're detecting a massive energy buildup from the Polarian flagship. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Ezra's blood ran cold. On screen. Now. The viewer shifted, revealing a sight that would haunt Ezra's nightmares for years to come. The Polarian flagship had split open like some grotesque flower, revealing a pulsing core of energy that seemed to bend the very fabric of space around it. All ships. Evasive maneuvers. Ezra shouted. But even as the words left his mouth, he knew it might be too late. The Polarian weapon fired, a beam of impossibly bright energy lancing out towards Earth. For a heartbeat, time seemed to stand still. Then, to everyone's shock, the beam curved away at the last moment, swallowed by a shimmering portal that had appeared out of nowhere. What the Ezra began. But his question was answered by a new voice that filled the bridge. You didn't think we'd let you have all the fun, did you, humans? A sleek, otherworldly ship shimmered into view, its hull adorned with swirling patterns that hurt the eyes to look at directly. This is Eurus of the Iridian Conclave, the voice continued. We've been watching your species with great interest, Captain Hawthorne. It seems you could use a hand. As Iridian ships poured out of fold space portals, joining the human and Synta forces, Ezra allowed himself a grim smile. The battle was far from over. But for the first time since the Polarian betrayal, he felt a glimmer of hope. Glad to have you with us, Eurus Ezra replied. Now, let's show these treacherous bastards what happens when you underestimate humanity and its true allies. The moment of truth. The diplomatic chamber on Nutra Station was supposed to be a symbol of unity, a place where the species of the galaxy could come together in peace. Now, as Ezra faced down Ambassador Drozar, it felt more like a powder keg ready to explode. Why, Drelzar? Ezra demanded, his voice raw with emotion. After everything we've been through, why betray us now? The Polarian's compound eyes seemed to shimmer with something almost like regret. You don't understand. Ezra, your species, you're too unpredictable and too dangerous. The Confederation saw what you were capable of and decided you needed to be contained before you became a true threat. Or Ezra's fist clenched at his sides. So you thought you'd just wipe us out? Enslave us? After preaching about galactic unity and cooperation? And it was never personal, Drelzar insisted. But surely you see now how the galaxy truly works. Power is all that matters in the end. No, Ezra growled. Enthralled, you're wrong. What matters is trust. Loyalty. The bonds we forge with others. That's what gave us the strength to fight back. That's what brought the Synta and the Iridians to our aid. Drelzar's mandibles twitched in what might have been a sneer. And you trust them now? How naive. They'll turn on you too when it suits them. Maybe Ezra conceded. But that's a risk we're willing to take, because unlike you, we understand that true strength comes from standing together, not stabbing allies in the back. As Ezra spoke, he noticed a subtle shift in Drelzar's posture. The Polarian's lower left limb twitched towards a hidden panel on the wall. In that instant, Ezra realized the depth of the betrayal. Time seemed to slow as Ezra lunged forward, shouting a warning to his team, but it was too late. Drelzar's limb connected with the panel, and the world exploded into light and heat. Epilogue. Ezra Hawthorne opened his eyes to the sterile white of a medical bay. The steady beep of monitors filled the air as his vision swam into focus. Standing at his bedside were Nadia, Kai, and a shimmer in the air that he somehow knew was Riz. Welcome back, Captain Nadia said, relief evident in her voice. You had us worried for a while there. Ezra tried to sit up, wincing at the pain that shot through his body. The station. Drelzar. Easy, Kai soothed. The blast was contained. You managed to tackle Drelzar just as he triggered it. You both took the brunt of the explosion. And the ambassador? Ezra asked, though he already suspected the answer. He didn't make it, Nadia confirmed, but his final act of betrayal has been broadcast across Confederation space. The Polarian's true nature has been revealed, and the shimmering air that was Rear's moved closer. Your actions have reshaped the political landscape, Captain Hawthorne. Many races are reconsidering their alliances. Some are looking to humanity for leadership. Ezra closed his eyes. overwhelmed by the implications. When he opened them again, his gaze was steel. "We've been given a second chance," he said. "A chance to build something better. Something truly united. We can't waste it." As his team nodded in agreement, Ezra knew that the real work was just beginning. Humanity had survived its trial by fire, emerging stronger and wiser. The galaxy had underestimated them, had tried to extinguish the human spirit. Instead, they had only fanned its flames. The stars awaited, and this time, humanity would reach for them on their own terms.